mainly with AI and media.
Yes.
So a lot of cool stuff to explore in the space. I think this is the most interesting, going to be the most interesting session, because media is something that we all need to generate. Okay, Adnan is joining. All right, awesome. Hey Adnan, what's up?
Hey man, what's up? What's up? All good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, long time.
Yeah, man, long time. I've been tracking you, hopping all those tech videos and going to Chroma and maybe flashing some good content out.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I was just helping my content creator friend. So yeah, Adnan. By the way, this is Mohit. Mohit, this is Adnan. Just some quick context. Adnan, I'm running this cohort on GenAI, and I think you may already know. And yeah, we are on session 2. Today is mainly with generative media and AI. And yeah, I thought of like inviting you as well, since you already are dabbling with a couple of tools, and you can actually help me in this workshop and share your existing knowledge as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm always happy to help, and it's lovely connecting with people in such opportunities. Yeah, why not?
Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. All right. We're just waiting for one more person to join. Let me just ask. Okay, Bhumi is also joining. Awesome. Let's. All right. Till people join, so I'll just give you a quick recap. I think Mohit, last time, I think we discussed a basic introduction. That was the most basic introduction into AI. We learned a little bit of prompting, like what prompting is and how like prompting works essentially. We did generate some prompts as well and use the prompt generator. Right? Can you tell me? Can you give me a bit of what was your key takeaway last session, Mohit? What did you learn last session?
Markdowns and hashtags of role and describing what we need from the chat GPT.
Right. Awesome.
Wow.
Fantastic. Perfect. Yeah. We did, I think we used a lot of ChatGPT, and yeah. So this session will mainly be with in the image generation space. Okay, Bhumi and Nancy have joined. All right, so we can start our session. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Hey Bhumi. Hey Nancy, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Hi. Awesome. All right, quick introductions. Adnan is someone that I work with. We've been working with Adnan for almost 3 years, moreover, and he already has existing knowledge of AI image generation. All right, we work on projects together. All right, and Bhumi is also someone that is working with me with AI and automations very particularly. So really want, so I'll give you, and Bhumi and Adnan, this is Nancy and Mohit. They have joined the AI cohort to learn a bit of AI. All right. So I would like Adnan and Bhumi to give some really quick introductions so that we all know who we are working with today over here.
Hey guys, what's up? I would like Bhumi to start first. Ladies first, so why not Bhumi? You go first.
All right, awesome.
Sure. I would say so. Hello, I am Bhumi, and I am studying right now, and I'm freelancing as well. I'm trying to learn new things. I met Ian from some WhatsApp groups and everything.
Yep.
A great mentor. I love working with him. He's very cool, teaching me a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks. And Bhumi, what are you currently? What's your educational background at the moment?
I am currently in BSc IT field.
All right, awesome, perfect, fantastic. All right, and Adnan.
Hey guys, what's up? So my name is Adnan Petlawat. I've been working with Ian for a quite long time now. My background is I'm a BMM student, and moreover I'm a graphic designer. I have designed a couple of creatives, plus I would like to call myself somebody who is very driven and fascinated about branding altogether. So yeah, that's my niche maybe. and I like to be in business development also, like few encounters with new people. Maybe my Pune trip that I had, it really gave me some gist of how to start your own business, or uh, a little push to start something new. So maybe I'll be taking that forward as well in some time. But yeah, moreover, I'm a freelancer right now. I've just finished my education. I've just finished my bachelor's. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for the detailed introduction, Adnan. And yeah, always pleasure working with you.
Definitely,
Mohit,
same here.
yeah, Mohit and Nancy, if you can also give us a small introduction about yourselves. It's just a small reintroduction so that Adnan and Bhumi also knows who you guys are and how did you guys, how did we meet? If you could just share a little bit on that.
Hello,
Yeah.
this is Nancy.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
I'm not I'm not any experience. I am just 12 past, and I'm interested to work with AI. So I met Lan.
All right. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Nancy. What about you, Mohit?
I just also passed 12th and I would love to enter in the AI field, AI automations, and I would love to get knowledge from you all guys.
Awesome, 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 fantastic. Well, you guys have come to the right place. That's all I can say. So really quick introduction of what I'm doing is I am doing this. I'm doing 4 workshops this month. We've already finished one. We're on the second one. This is the second workshop that we're doing. And the whole goal of this is to get you guys aligned with what we can do with AI and automation. I've been running, I've been providing this services of AI and automation to a bunch of clients now. And I was like, hey, instead of always doing it for people, I love teaching. Teaching is a passion of mine, and I love doing it for free. So I was like, why not, share the knowledge that I have so that, I would love to learn how you guys are able to learn and cope and see how we can take this forward. So today's workshop is all about AI and image generation. All right. So if you guys are looking at my screen right now, let me close this box. All of these images over here, right? 80 to 90% are made using AI. All right. I think some of these creatives Adnan has also made because Adnan works with me as a designer for all of these creatives. These are creatives that we make for social media and are sent out to our client basically. So you can use your existing skill set of design and get AI to do some parts of it. It'll not make the whole creative, not 100%. Maybe in certain cases you can, but if you have basic understanding of how graphic design works, you can really leverage AI to make some really cool creatives. For example, in this poster, the background's made using AI, even this entire thing, except for the text. The text was done manually. In this image also, like the background is something that is made using AI. And then we take the text, we put it on, take it into Photoshop, and we make these designs. So it's really cool and really fast. It's a really fast way of making different compositions, different styles. This is not you made using AI, for example. Like this is made from scratch. These posters that you can see. But this is something that's made using AI. As you can see, there's a small change in the image and you can variate things fast. So usually when you work with clients, they want 2-3 options, 2-3 variations with the design. I'm talking in respect of working with clients who hire me for design services, right? So we usually try to give them different options, different styles, so that they can make their decision faster. Because there's this saying, right? There's no one perfect design. Design is an iterative process, and hence, one must simply keep on experimenting and exploring to find the perfect design. All right. So yeah, this is pretty much what I've been doing for about 8 years now. With regards to AI, it's been about 2.5, 3 years. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys how we do it. So, all right, really quickly, anyone has already used AI image generation tools before over here? If you could just, raise your hand. Also, do you guys have cameras? Because, it feels like I'm speaking to a wall right now.
Image in ChatGPT.
In It could be anywhere. It does not necessarily need to be on ChatGPT.
Yes, Chat. I used in ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, awesome. All right. What about you, Bhumi? Have you tried AI image generation before?
With you, I have tried in Comfy UI. That's it.
In
I
Comfy
am
UI.
not into Comfy UI. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So, what Bhumi is talking about is it's a little bit advanced version of image generation. It gives you more control, and we will talk about it in this session as well. Nancy, have you tried any AI image generation before?
In ChatGPT only.
In ChatGPT. Okay, so it seems like you guys are very familiar with using ChatGPT as an image generation tool. All right, and what about you, Adnan? Which is your favorite tool to generate images?
I have used Freepik, I have used Ideogram, I have used Canva's this image generation. ChatGPT, I have not used the premium version, but I'm not a very big fan of ChatGPT's image generation. Maybe.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, all right, fair. Yeah, so even I'm surprised. Like you guys are using ChatGPT for image generation. While ChatGPT is a great assistant and it does generate images, if you ask a designer what tool to use for image generation, ChatGPT would be the last tool to to use, because there are many more better AI image generation tools for us designers. All right, and I'm going to take you guys through some of these tools today. For example, when I first started generating images, I used this tool called Freepik. All right. Freepik is actually a stock photo website. It's a place where you go to essentially find stock photos and videos. So you can find like assets, vector graphics and stuff. And for a designer, when you're working on a client project, you much rather take an existing asset and tweak it and add it into your project rather than creating it from scratch, because sometimes you simply don't have the time to make something from scratch. Client has a post to go out, you need to quickly get something and get it working. So tools like Freepik initially were used as a stock photo and video platform. So you can just simply photo of a car. Let's say you're making something related to cars, you would get like these stock photos and videos that people actually click these photos and they upload them onto these platforms and they get paid money to do that. All right. But now with AI, you can simply generate stuff. What if you wanted this car in a different angle? What if you wanted it in a different color, a different lighting? Maybe you want it, in a particular setting that is related to your brand or related to your, client's requirement, right? How do you do that? That's where AI image generation comes into play. And Freepik is the best starter for using, exploring AI image generation. And I'll get to it in a bit. But what I would like you guys to do is really quickly, if you can quickly create a Freepik account. All right, I'm going to put the link over here in the chat. All right, because as I mentioned, right, this is going to be hands-on, right? So please make a account. It'll take you 2 minutes. Just go to freepik.com, sign in with like Google with your Gmail account. And you should be up and running with Freepik. Similarly, I am also going to give you guys another link, right? For Leonardo. I will take you guys to Leonardo as well. But I think we can start with Freepik because Freepik is a bit easier. All right. You guys are done making your accounts? Just give me a heads up. Give me a thumbs up or just unmute and let me know when you guys are finished. Yeah, Nan is done, Mo's done, Bhumi's done. Nancy, what about you? Yeah, done. All right, awesome, perfect, cool. Now, if you are in Freepik, you should see this screen. Can everyone see this particular screen that I'm at? Just give me a thumbs up or just let me know if you guys can see this particular screen. Yeah. All right. On the left hand side, you will find something called AI Suite. All right. Just let me know if you guys can see that. If you can see AI Suite, then I would like you to click on AI Image Generator. All right. It should be the second thing on the AI under the AI Suite. All right. Click on that. All right. And you should come to this window. All right. You might be default on the Explore window, but that's fine. On the top bar, right, you will be able to see this Create button. All right. So please click on the Create button and let me know if you guys have landed on this screen. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right. Yeah. Okay. Mohit's there. Bhumi, what about you? Yep. All right. Nancy, have you reached this page? Sure. No worries. Let us know if you guys are stuck anywhere. Feel free to let me know, and we will help you out. All right. Now, if you remember in my last workshop, we talked about how to prompt, right? And that was how to prompt for ChatGPT and probably a little bit of image generation. So today we will learn how to prompt for AI images. All right. Now, by default, your model will probably be this classic model over here, right? Can you just check over here on the left-hand side, model? Does it show classic fast or classic? Just check. You guys can see the model button over here on the left. So if you click on it, you can change your model, but since you're in the free plan of Freepik, you might only have access to the classic model, all right? Which is fine. Which is no problem at all. You might have classic fast, basically. It's the basic model, all right? Cool. Now, all right, somebody give me a prompt, give me some keyword and I'll try to build a prompt, basically, all right? So anyone has any prompt for me? Anyone has any keyword? A dog or a cat? Or give me an entire prompt, tell me like, imagine a city on Mars or something like that. Anyone has any idea?
Yeah. A face carved out of snow that is melting.
Okay.
But it has a very good transparency, like it should have a glass transparency.
Carved out of snow. All right. Glass look and feel. All right. Cool. Let's start with this. All right. Let's over here, by the way, on the left hand corner on the bottom, just above the generate button, before you click generate, which is very normal for generation, you can select how many images you want to generate. So I'm going to choose one. All right. And on the right hand side, I can choose the size, the composition size of my image. So let's say I want a square, social media square, I can choose square. If I want an Instagram story, I can choose 9:16 social story. All right. So for this example, let's choose square, and let's hit generate. And now since it's classic fast, it should work really, really fast. All right. But there you go. That is very creepy and very scary. All right. Now, let's try tweaking this prompt a bit. All right. So, Adnan, tell me what is wrong with this image. What would you change basically in this image?
I would make the face look more younger.
Okay.
Like a young model.
Okay.
I will add the transparency option, and I will switch snow to glass.
Okay. Carved out of let's call it, instead of snow, let's say ice. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And what was the last thing you said?
Transparent.
Yeah. Okay.
It should be transparent on a white background or on a blue background.
Okay.
Just the face. That's it.
Okay. A face of a young man. So this is what I've tweaked the prompt to. Okay. A face of a young man carved out of ice, glass look and feel on a white background. Okay. Let's hit generate again. Let's see if we are able to get it more accurate. Okay, here's a second output. All right, what's wrong, Adnan? What do you think would need to change? Is this what you were looking for, or would you change something?
No, maybe let's change the ice box, just the face, just the cowling,
Okay,
and maybe it's not the entire face.
okay.
It's a side face, okay, and
Side angle of the face,
side
like,
angle facing, yeah, side
okay.
facing,
All right, so
and
let's add that
yeah,
side view of what do you call those ice carvings? Ice decorate an ice decoration, right? Let's see. Ice decoration of a face of a young man carved out of ice glass. So, all right, let's just add this to the prompt and let's see what comes out. All right, let's see if it is be able to adhere to the prompt. All right, so we did get a side view, but again, like it's not getting that transparency. All right, let's see. Carved out of transparent glass. All right, let's try another one. Instead of ice, let's use glass. All right, I think we're getting there slowly. All right, we can see some level of transparency with the hair. All right, but the face is still like it's like the silver thing. It did get some level of transparency over here, as you can see. All right. All right, I want you guys to now try the same thing. All right, you have Freepik with you, right? Let me give you guys a prompt. All right, the prompt is imagine a dog, all right, dressed up as a monk in a monastery, all right, that is speaking or conferring to other animals, basically. So it has to be a dog, all right. It has to look like a monk or some sort of elder priest, or like a dog monk, and it should be, the setting should be like a monastery or like a temple, or some place where they meditate, basically, and they're conferring to speaking to like other animals. All right, you guys got it? Everyone got the prompt? I'm just giving you hints, and I want you to now go into Freepik and start crafting your prompt. All right. And till you guys are doing that, I'm going to check in with you in about 60 seconds. All right. Till you guys do that, I'm going to quickly talk about how AI image models work. All right. Like the stuff that you're doing right now, I want to explain a little bit on the back end, what is happening on the machine side of things. All right. You see, every image, right, when you're using AI, if you see my screen later, finish your prompting, everything is noise. All right, in time and space with AI image generation models. All right. And how does AI know what does a face look like, or what does that dog look like? It is simply assigned certain values to the pixel data that it has been fed. So if you see your olden time TVs, right, they would have like all this noise, these white and black ants running around your screen. We call that noise, basically, and noise is basically a bunch of pixels. It's basically tiny color pixels of random colors, of random variants, random size and stuff like that. Now, with that being said, with that being in place, the way AI is fed data is actually, it takes, scientists had to manually, let's say if you want to train AI what a cat is or what a dog is, they had to give thousands upon thousands images of dogs to AI. All right, not AI, we call it a GAN, a GAN, which is simply called as generative adversarial network. I don't want to get too technical, but this is what it's called. All right. So essentially, I think the most important thing is to look at is you should look at this diagram over here. All right. Takes an image and starts deconstructing it into noise particles. All right. And it keeps on doing this again and again and again. And then what AI tries to do is it tries to now recreate it. Like from this noise that is there on the right hand side, it tries to go back to that perfect image. And the way an AI is trained is that it keeps on doing this again and again. It takes your image and converts it into noise, and then takes your noise and converts it back to an image. And it's done back and forth. And the number of steps that it does this, right, increases its capability in image generation. All right. And that's basically in a nutshell of how AI image generation works. It's basically when you write the word dog, it remembers the right pixels for dog, that is assigned to that keyword. And that's how it basically is. All right. Has everyone finished generating some images? I would like you guys to share your screen and show us. All right. Mohit, would you like to show us what you were able to generate? Okay, you're muted. If you can just unmute, that would be great. Yeah.
Should I share the screen?
Yeah. If you could just share your screen and show us what were you able to generate, that would be amazing. Okay, image of a dog that looks like a monk in the temple, and he's talking about the animals. They look very happy. Awesome. Okay, one more thing, Mohit, before you generate this, right? I want you to uncheck. You can see AI prompt over there on top. Just
Yes.
can you put that off? So AI prompt is good if you want to quickly expand that prompt. So when you put it off, it actually takes in the actual stuff that you're typing into this, right? And now just reduce your batch count from 4 to maybe 2 or 1 so that you can, save your credits. All right. And now hit generate. All right. Awesome. Okay. There you go. That's, that's your output. So is this what you were looking for? Is this something that you had in mind? Or would you change some things?
They are not happy.
All right, awesome. I really like the pug and the third image that is on this row. I really like that one because it matches with the color and it looks like it's in Tokyo, and it looks pretty cool. All right, awesome. Good job. All right, Nancy and Bhumi, would you guys be able to share what you were able to make?
Sure, I can do that.
All right, awesome. Mohit, you can stop sharing your screen. Let's hand it over to Bhumi and let's see what she was able to create. Second. Yeah. Mohit? Is Mohit here? I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yes, Bhumi, if you can share your screen and show us.
Sure. Give me a second.
Yep.
Visible?
Yes. Awesome.
See.
All right. Amazing. Okay, so you have used. Okay, so what Bhumi has used is Flux, all right, which is a different model, all right. Now, it's good that you use Flux. So amazing. As you can see, if you compare the quality of what I made and what Mohit made, and now what Bhumi is able to generate, it is almost 5 times better. The reason being is because Flux is an extremely good company, an image generation company, all right, or AI model company. They have one of the best AI image models, which I'm going to talk about very soon. But yeah, dude, this looks pretty cool. So a dog dressed up as a monk in a monastery, they're speaking to other animals. Pretty cool. Yeah. Could you show us some of the images on top? Awesome. Damn. So I love Flux because, dude, they have amazing quality. This is insane quality. All right. Thank you so much, Bhumi. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
Generate. All right, Nancy. Were you able to generate any images?
I'm joining this class on my phone.
Okay, you're
Uh,
joining from your phone. All
I
right.
can show you. I can show you
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure.
my
If you could share your
camera.
screen, that would be great.
Can I
You can.
show you with my camera?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Completely fine. Yeah. Just show us like what were you able to generate and create. All right. So could you describe? All right. Wait. We can't see it very clearly. Uh, all right. You know what? Can you do one thing, Nancy? Could you download this image and send it to us on WhatsApp, and then I'll share it on my screen. Is that possible? So okay,
Okay, bye.
I'll tell you how to download. I'll show you how you guys could download an image. All right. So when you go to Freepik, right? All right. Now you know this prompt जो हमने डाला है either. I'm going to change the model. Okay. I'm going to change the model to Flux, the same thing that Bhumi used. All right. Flux 1.0. And I'm going to hit generate. All right. Now see the difference of the quality. You see much more difference. Okay. I'm going to change this to Google Imagen. All right. And I'm going to hit generate. And you see the quality. All right. I want to show you guys different AI models and how the quality is. All right. This was Flux. All right. Now it's taken that glass look feel on a white background, fully like proper. You know, this is Google Imagen. Check this out. Anand, do you feel like this was something more of what you were looking at?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Maybe something like
Garbage
this.
image.
Yeah. Well, compared to obviously, the classic fast, version, right? Google Imagen is like obviously the best, but you don't need to be limited by the availability of models that you have. It actually boils down to prompting, like how well you are able to prompt your AI image generation model. That's what matters the most. All right. You could get a similar result of this only if we knew what does this particular AI model good at, or what does it obey? Like what keywords does this AI model obey? All right. And a good way to kind of understand that is actually I have created a very comprehensive guide on advanced prompting techniques for AI image generation models. All right. Basically, as you know, different keywords have different results. Usually with Flux may natural full sentences are best. So when you're writing your prompt, you can be very natural with Flux. You can tell it like, you want this angle, that angle. It'll just give it to you. For example, I would what I would change here is my usual prompt structure is always first define the type of photography. So let's say, a bird's eye view, all right, is like camera angle. Sorry, before this, I would do like cinematic photography, all right, bird's eye view of let's say Mumbai, all right. So I've defined it's Mumbai, covered with flowers, all right, and we defined the type of photography, we defined the camera angle, defined the subject, it's Mumbai, all right, covered with flowers. Let's see what we get, all right, and let's just use Flux, all right, because Flux is my favorite model. Let's just change this to 16:9 widescreen, all right, and let's hit generate, and let's see what we get. All right, there you go. We got some interesting results. All right, you know what? Cinematic photography, top down. Wait, let's do a flat lay view. All right, and let's remove this, and let's put editorial style photography. All right. these are different keywords that I'm using. Editorial, flat lay, all right, flat lay might not be great. Let's do, drone view. All right. So you can use these different keywords, all right, to influence your AI, the image generation style, and which will impact the way you get an output. All right. Every AI model, Flux, Midjourney, Dali, all have different weights assigned to different keywords. All right. And the only way to find out what will work best is to play around with these AI tools and understand. So I've created this entire guide, which is prompting with Flux, prompting with Midjourney, with Stable Diffusion. What are the do's and don'ts? What are some examples that you could use when prompting? I'll give you a copy of this playbook. All right. It's a great resource for you to, run through when generating stuff with AI. Right. And if you want to generate your prompts, I'll show you one small trick. All right. I've created my own AI image prompt generator. The same documentation that I created, right, for how to prompt, right? The same thing I have trained my own custom ChatGPT interface on this documentation. And I've also given it other documentations of Flux, Ideogram, and stuff like that. So, if I want to create a particular poster, all right, what do? All right. I'll simply be like, hey, I want to create a prompt for a social media poster for Jinxed. All right. I'm going to give it some context about Jinxed. As we studied in our first workshop, always give your LLM some context. So I'm just going to Jinxed is an events creative partner for nightlife companies in the US, UK, and UAE. Can you craft a prompt for an ad using ideograms? Let's take ideogram for example, because that's something that is very cool. Ideograms model. Okay, so now what my ChatGPT is doing is it's connected to this particular file, and it's also connected to another file which is right here. I'm going to show it to you. Obsidian. I'll share with you this as well. This is prompting documentation for ideogram. You guys can see my screen, right? Just let me know because I can't see you guys because of my screen being shared. This is an entire prompting documentation for ideogram. All right. What is ideogram? All right. Let me show you. Ideogram is great for graphic design. All right. And illustrations. This is completely AI generated. And likewise, this is also AI generated. This is also AI generated. All of these are AI generated. Amazing quality, right? Do you guys agree? This is some insane quality artwork.
Yeah. So I have been using Ideogram since a very long time. I mean, most of my work is done through Ideogram. I do that. The only problem here is it's limited with what we say, limited with their trials actually. That's it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
right.
I mean,
That's true. That's true.
I have tried a lot.
That's true. That's true. Hey, if you guys work right with me, then you guys get access to these AI models. So I will give you guys access to try these out any which ways. But I mean, if you're working in any company, you guys get access to these AI models, to create projects. All right. Now let's go back to my ChatGPT. This is the prompt my ChatGPT has given to me. A bold, stylish poster promoting a nightlife event brand name Jinxed. The text Jinxed appears in a large ID metallic, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even going to read it. I just go Control C, copy, go back into Freepik, Control V, paste. I'm going to make sure my model is ideogram over here, and let's hit generate. All right. Actually, let's do a 9:16, and let's do your traditional post size also, and let's see what it comes out with. Let's also do a 16:9, which is landscape. And one thing I love about Freepik is, right, I can generate this using this model, and at the same time I can choose Google Imagen and generate it again. And I can then choose Flux, and I can also push in a request for generation. This is what we call multi-cluster generation. Multi-cluster generation means on the front end, you are inputting it from one single point and window. But on the back end, Freepik is using different models simultaneously without affecting your time. I don't have to wait for one image to generate and then choose another model and then generate the next one. I can simply just assign all my GPUs to get to work. So at the end of the day, what I am able to see is all is a bird's eye view of what's happening. So hey man, this is pretty cool. I really like this style. This is Flux, by the way. All right, we tried a bunch of different ones. So this is Imagen. This is what Ideogram gave me. All right. Now this is definitely not the color palette and color style of Jinxed. All right. Jinxed is more of a green and black kind of look. All right. So you know what we'll do? We'll go back to ChatGPT and be like, hey, looks cool, but Jinxed is more street style. The colors we use are usually neon green and blacks, and we have a slight graffiti look to it, right? See, this is my website, jinxnetwork.com. All right, this is the color palette. It's this color green, it's black. See, if you see the logo, it's kind of graffiti looking. So I'm giving it some ideas. All right. You know what? Let me also give it my logo. So I'll just copy my image over here. Let's go to ChatGPT. I'm just going to paste it over here. I have attached my logo for reference. All right. AI works best when you give it context. More context, the better quality output. All right. Let's hit enter and let's get our new prompt. All right. So now what ChatGPT is going to do is going to reference like, Jinxed is more street style, they were neon blacks, and they're going to now tweak the previous prompt that they gave us. So let's copy this new prompt over here, Control C, back into Freepik, Control A, Control P. Let's generate in Flux. Let's generate Ideogram. Now you can use Ideogram prompts for Flux. You can use Flux for Ideogram. It will matter, however, so if you are particularly looking for a particular style, you should tell the AI that, hey, use Flux or use Ideogram. Hey, these are some new outputs, so it observed my, it attended to my request that neon green is what they're looking for. It's sort of graffiti style. So they've added like this paint kind of drips and stuff, not bad at all, right? This is a little bit cartoonish, not going to lie, but hey, for what it's worth, not bad at all. All right. Let's do something cool. Can you make a poster with some text? Make it look kind of editorial and for social media square, right? Okay, shit. Now I made a mistake over here. I said, can you make a poster? I forgot that OpenAI also has image generation capabilities. So you need to be a bit careful, like define exactly what you want. I didn't say, give me a prompt for a poster. I told it to make the poster, and now it's starting to make the bloody poster. Chalo, no worries. All right. Any questions so far? Did you guys understand what we did? We generated some images, we used an custom GPT, right? Which I'm going to give you guys access to, by the way. All right. Copy the link. This is a link to my custom GPT. All right, paste. And you can use this for your own, benefit, essentially. Any questions so far? Mohit, Bhumi, Adnan, and Nancy. Am I going too fast or am I going too slow? And give me some feedback.
Perfect.
Awesome. What about you, Bhumi and
So we
Nancy?
are going, yeah, we are going on a good pace.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes, it's
Understanding
great.
everything is good.
Sorry. Come again.
I said it's good. I'm understanding everything.
All right. Perfect. Fantastic. Nancy, all good? Any doubts?
Yes, yes. No, but no.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. Cool. All right. So we learned a little bit of AI image prompting. All right. We used that. We used Ideogram. Ideogram is, as I mentioned, the best for posters. Flux is also another. Okay, let me share what Flux does. All right. I did not do enough justice to Flux. All right. Flux is an AI model just like Ideogram, just like DALI. These are names of models created by companies. Like DALI is made by OpenAI. Flux is made by this company called Black Forest Labs. Black Forest Labs is a company based in I think Norway or Denmark. I'm not sure. It's a northeastern European company basically, and they specialize in very realistic imagery. So when Bhumi generated those images, right? The quality was only different. Flux just has a really good image data set. If you look at it, these are all images made using Flux. Now, Flux recently launched something called Flux Context Protocol. All right, or Flux Context, you can call it. You know how in ChatGPT you can chat and you can be like, "Hey, create an image," and then you can tell ChatGPT only like, "Hey, you know what? Can you make this image like this?" And it'll make that change also. That same image will take. Black Forest Labs Flux have now integrated that same feature that OpenAI's ChatGPT image model has in for Flux. All right. So it's like a ChatGPT killer automatically, because ChatGPT ka images, if you go to see, they are not the best. ChatGPT images are, it's decent. It's good with text and stuff. It's good because it takes a lot of your context, but it's very slow. It's like super slow, and like this is stuff that we would never use as well. It's great for general purpose. I think I've used it to like generate like really good visuals and like get like very accurate text and stuff. But now with Flux, you can pretty much do the same thing. So if you guys want to try out Flux Context, all you got to do is, obviously you have to log in and stuff. All right. I don't know if I have a login. Let's see. Let's try logging in. And you do get like 100 credits for free with Black Forest Labs. Yep. So I have used all my credits. Okay. BFL. It's called BFL Playground. All right. BFL Playground. There you go. You can simply, I'm sending you the link. You can try Black Forest Labs and Flux also. Right. This is a link that I've shared with you. This link that I've shared above, that's for the ChatGPT prompt generator. And this is for Black Forest Labs Flux. All right. To play with Flux basically. All right. So yeah, this is their playground. It's same. You can add your prompt over here and you can just generate. Now they have Flux Pro, Max, Ultra, different levels of iteration. The difference is basically better quality and more prompt adherence. Prompt adherence is simply how accurately it follows your prompt. All right. Now check this out. Like this is a very detailed image. All right. And if you want to see what the prompt for this image is that, see, it's already written over here. You can copy someone else's prompt and you can try it out for yourself. So let's say I'll copy this prompt over here. Let's go to Freepik because Freepik is where I have all my image credits. All right. Control A, Control V. And let's use the Flux model because Flux model is there over here as well. All right. Let's use the Pro version and let's hit generate. One thing to note is that in Flux context, you can give it an image reference. All right. And I think it does work better with an image reference. For example, I just copy pasted that prompt and this is what I got. Pretty damn cool. Did you guys know that you can also increase the quality of this image? There's something called upscaling. in AI. All right. Let's say this quality, you know, as you can see, it's like pixelating as I zoom in over here. Right. Can you guys see it pixelate? Does it look pixeled for you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Pixel, right? You know, there's a way of upscaling this. All right. Upscaling is simply the process of making the quality even better. If you click on this upscale button over here, all right, it will take you to this window, right? Upscale. And over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the imagination at subtle. I'm going to click upscale. I'll also show you an imagination is basically how much are you allowing the AI to make tweaks and changes. I'll show you a vivid imagination. I'll show you a wild imagination. And I'll also do imagination none. And I'll set it to 4K resolution, all right? 4K resolution. I'm going to set it to 4K and hit generate. And as this is Freepik, it all works parallelly. You don't have to wait for one image and then generate the next one. You can just put all of this prompts to work, you know. So let's go. Let's see. All right. This is subtle. 2K upscale and subtle. Like if you see the before and after. 1 second. One moment. If you see, this is the original image and this is the new image. All right. Let me zoom in. You can see this difference. Better quality. All right. Like let's say this is the previous face of this is the previous image and this is the new image. This is subtle. This is vivid. You see, subtle, vivid. It made changes to the image. You see those planes over here in the background, which, you know, had like artifacts. By the way, artifacts are like things that are not right, basically, in an image. You know, like what is this line? What is this thing, right? When you upscale an image, your artifacts are removed. So as you can see, this is an upscaled image and now those artifacts have been converted into something a little bit more believable. As you can still see, there are artifacts over here, right? There are artifacts. You know, like for example, AI, the number one problem with AI is that it does not get the hands right. The fingers always are screwed with AI, all right? So that is one thing to note. Like these fingers make zero sense, you know, with AI. Let's look at wild, all right? This was subtle, vivid, wild imagination, all right? Wild imagination pay, like, you know, it's gone ahead and changed our look of the character. Like this was the original look of the character. Wild pay, it has like done some crazy stuff, you know, altogether. And hey, if you don't want to change anything, you can just choose no imagination, but just upscale it. So we upscaled this image to 4K. And as you can see, it's better quality, much better quality than, you know, this is like super pixelated. But on a 4K image, like it's less pixelated, as you can see. Makes sense, guys? Did you guys understand upscaling and how you should upscale images?
Yes. Is it free?
Upscaling is, I don't think it is free. It is a paid feature. But I will show you guys how you can probably use this feature locally on your local machine. And I will also, towards the end of this workshop, if you guys complete all your assignments, I will give you guys a 1 month free trial to Freepik. If you guys submit all your assignments, and you can play around with this AI image generation tool. All right. So stay tuned for that. All right. One last thing I want to do before we kind of end this session. One cool thing that you can also do with AI is you can retouch stuff. Retouching is, let's say, instead of this plane, you wanted something else. Let's say instead of this plane, I wanted a unicorn. How do I do that? All right. You can click on this retouch button over here. All right. It will open up a brush. All right. I'm just going to increase the size of this brush. Let's increase it to 50. And I'm just going to paint, all right, over this thing, this plane. And I'm going to be like unicorn. I'm just going to type unicorn. All right. And I'm going to hit, you know, just get it done. Hit submit. And what the AI will do is, what Freepik is going to do is, Freepik is going to create different versions. Now, sometimes they will not make any sense at all, like these two images. But here you go. We got one unicorn. And okay, only this image made sense. Let's say you want to generate more. You can click on this plus icon because sometimes this is AI, right? It does not always understand what you're looking for. It also gets confused sometimes. Like, why is this guy asking me to put a bloody unicorn in space? It does not make sense. So you got to try 2-3 times, and find which one works. So if this one works, just click on this and click on done, and there you go. We have now made a small change, a small tweak to the image. And now our final image has a unicorn in it. How cool is that? All right. So that is retouch, the retouch feature. We studied image generation. We studied how to upscale images. And we also learned a little bit of retouching, Retouching is a great way to put your image together. You can add image things anywhere. Like if you can paint and if you can prompt, that's all you need to know to master AI. Do this for a week or two and you'll become a master at AI image generation. I'll guarantee you that. So, yup. Okay. Do you guys have any questions so far? Before I give you guys a small, assignment.
I wanted to ask that Freepik is free or it is limited for us to generate images?
Okay, Freepik, it is limited. All right. The plan that I'm using is a paid plan. All right. For image generation, and there might be some limited features. All right, but you can definitely prompt and you will be able to get your images up to, I think, 10 or 50 images you can get for free with Freepik. All right. So, yeah. Up to 50
I have sent it
images.
you.
Yes, Nancy.
I have sent it you that image.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Nancy has sent us her output. Let's have a look. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull that up. One moment. All right. Awesome. Okay. Here you go. This is what Nancy was able to generate. What was your prompt, Nancy? A dog that looked like a monk and talking to other similar ones, doing meditation background of monastery. All right. So this is cool. You know what, Nancy? What you could do is you can use my AI image prompt generator over here and try plugging in your current prompt, and it will probably expand on that prompt for you. And try taking that prompt and regenerating this image. All right. But this is pretty good. Not bad. It got the dog. It got the monastery kind of look. It's added the fingers and stuff. Cool. Good job. Okay, guys. Do you guys have any other questions or any queries? Bhumi or Adnan?
No, actually, I just want to ask you. In ChatGPT, you have uploaded the entire guide to actually how to write a prompt for Ideogram.
Yeah.
That's what you did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like you updated the memory of ChatGPT. Okay, whenever I use the word Ideogram,
Yeah.
you can refer this entire PDF or document to give me a prompt.
Absolutely. So if you go to Ideogram's documentation, right? This is basically every AI image model, right, guys, will have this documentation karke ek page. The documentation is basically the recipe book. It's basically of how to use their own tool. So please, if you get the chance, read through the documentation. It'll tell you exactly how to use the tool and how to make the best use of the tool. All right. So I have basically uploaded Ideogram's entire prompting fundamentals into my ChatGPT. So anytime you want to generate an image, you don't have to go into the documentation, read and, put parts together. You can just use my OpenAI, prompt generator and probably get what you want faster. Obviously, if you're looking for something very, very specific, please do study. Don't skip the studying part of how the AI works. Study it and then learn to use it. See, guys, these are important skills, all right? The world is changing, and as we move towards, this new world wherein, we're going to have people using AI in your day-to-day life. And, people, it's like a tool, right? Like, let's say, imagine people who adopted using the internet and didn't adopt using the internet. The people who adopted internet obviously were able to increase their efficiency, increase their skills, productivity, get jobs, and do cool things. AI is like the new internet, all right? And we must learn how the internet works. We must learn how AI works. And the more you know how it works and what you can make out of it, the more opportunities will open up for you in life, all right? So don't avoid learning something new, all right? You guys are lucky to learn it at this point in day and age, because textbooks will never get updated. All right. You cannot learn this in a textbook. For this to reach the educational system is going to take another 2-3 years. And you guys already have a 2-3 years head start in learning AI because you're learning it with me. All right. So, congratulations and thanks for taking the time to learn with me and getting a head start with AI. All right. I did want to go into something more complicated like FAL and have how you can use like very technical models. And I also wanted to run through Comfy UI, which is, generating AI locally on your hardware, on your PC, and how you can control all of these. These are basically, this is what Comfy UI ka backend looks like essentially. Let me just load up a very basic, 1 second. Let me go to file. Workflow browse template and image generation. This is how the backend of AI image generation works, basically. So over here we have the what do you call it? The AI model. So Flux, ChatGPT's OpenAI, or your Ideogram. You can download that file, the actual AI file, on your laptop, connect it on this, this is your prompt. This is where you add your prompt. The same thing that we use in Freepik, right over here, to type the prompt. The same thing is here, all right? Except you have some extra features, like you have something called negative prompt. Over here, we're telling the AI what we want. But in this, we can also tell the AI that we don't want in the image. Like, for example, never add a text, never add a watermark. And you can control some more things, So I'll just hit run, for example. This is a beautiful scenery, nature, glass bottle, landscape, purple, galaxy bottle. This is rendering on my laptop. I do not need an internet connection for this to work. That is the beauty of running Comfy UI, and that is the beauty of running AI locally, all right? Which is something that I will probably maybe teach you guys in the future, and there you go. We have our output, I can save this image and I can send it to you guys on WhatsApp, all right? This is Comfy UI, and you can build like some crazy and cool stuff with it. And I'm very excited to explore that with you guys. If you guys are able to understand the basics, this is Comfy UI is more advanced. But yeah, if you're able to crack Comfy UI, there are like thousands of jobs like opening right now for Comfy UI jobs at the moment. So it's a great thing to know. Hey, one last plugin, just like Freepik, it is available for generating images. There's also something called Leonardo. All right. So I think, Adnan, how many free tokens you get in Leonardo? You do get some free tokens, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah,
I have initially when I used Leonardo, I had generated a couple of images, but after that I haven't used it much.
Okay.
So
What
I'm not sure,
do you
like,
prefer? Do you prefer
I can-
Leonardo or Freepik?
Huh?
Do you prefer Leonardo or do you prefer Freepik?
I prefer Freepik.
All right, awesome, fantastic. Well, glad to hear that. Freepik is something that I also have personally been using now. It's been like 2 years, 3 years, now. And if I go to show you guys this is my history of image generation. You can see everything that I have generated over here. I'm starting a small salon for my mom's business. So I have also asked it, for some advice, of how the salon should look like, what the exterior should look like, again, using my ChatGPT ka prompt generator along with this. We're also starting a small offline community here in Mumbai. So if you guys are here in Mumbai, you guys can come, and I'm trying to design um the offline space, the offline community. So I'm using AI to get an idea of how the interiors should look like of the space and community. And I kind of like a couple of these ideas. It's called the Bombay Hacker House that I'm starting very soon, and it's gonna be an offline community of indie hackers, creatives, and people who love building with AI. All right, so stay tuned for that. And however, this is all my other image generation. This is me in a dystopian uh, future. You can also train your own AI. Train yourself to look to like AI, just like how we learned, right? How AI learns stuff, which is this image, right? I kept on giving AI my image, and it transcribed it to noise, and back and forth, and now it knows what an Ian looks like. So anytime I say like generate an image of Ian, you can see the prompt over here on the right hand side. In the foreground, @Ian, a serious young man sits across, blah blah blah. So it will take that variable and generate stuff. So yeah, dude, this is like AI, and you can do some cool stuff. This was a recent ad for a client. This is going in Times of India. Times of India is a newspaper publication, and they wanted all the images to have like this pose, this pose with your hand like this. They wanted all their images to have that type of a pose. So we had created like a bunch of images with style referencing. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can learn, and there are various ways. Once you understand how to use it, right, this is what you can create, right? And then you can offer services to people and clients, and ad agencies and stuff like that.
Then one thing, can we, for example, now we have a product, right?
Mhm.
So the product is something that looks exactly the same. Like you can't change the look and feel of the product.
Yes.
So if we put it in here,
Mhm.
I mean, what's the probability of it shifting the space and shifting the dimension of that particular product? Because maybe it's a perfume bottle, okay? So the size of a perfume bottle is just of size of my palm.
Mhm.
But when I see it when I generate it through AI, it looks very big, or
Right.
maybe just like a entire hand. So
Yeah.
that is a misinformation. If I use it commercially,
Mhm.
I can get red flag. Okay, this is something that this is a misinformation that a brand
Yeah.
is telling us.
Yeah.
That is something. And even you have used your face. So in ChatGPT, when we do Ghibli, right?
Yeah.
We put our faces in. So how accurate Freepik is in adapting our face and changing it accordingly.
So, this process of let's say creating your face, we call that creating a LoRa. All right. A LoRa stands for low ranking adaptation. All right. I'll just show you what that looks like. LoRa. All right. It stands for, LoRa in image generation. All right. A LoRa is simply, you can think of it as a data set. All right. Now, Freepik has nothing to do with it. All right. It's training your LoRa and it's keeping it. It depends on how you prompt it and which model you're using. Very importantly, which model you're using and what prompt you're using. To your first question, when you're generating, let's say, a perfume bottle, or you said a jewelry, or a perfume bottle, right? You can give AI hints like perfume bottle of the size of a hand or size of a coin. Give it an example. You can also tell it like 10 centimeters high, 5 centimeters wide. You can give it these extra variables, right? And it will, depending on what model you're using, it will adhere to that. To get the most accurate stuff, I think Flux. So you can use models and characters with Flux, and you can use models and characters with Mystic. Google Imagen does not allow for custom LoRa's. All right. So if I go to Flux, all right, over here, for example, I can choose characters. So this is me as a character. So I can like just click Ian, all right, over here. And there you go. So Ian has like now come up over here. So I can be like, hey, Ian, paragliding over South America, all right, and I can hit generate, all right, and it'll get me an image. But the moment I go and I put this changer to Google Imagen, you see it's gone. Like I can't generate with my character, right? Same thing with objects, right? You can also train objects. So like your perfume bottle, your bag, Joby, you need to give it images. So you need to click on new object, all right? You can give it a name, for example, let's say bag, all right? Give AI some content like this is a bag. And you need to upload minimum 8 to 12 images, all right? Give it different angles, different sizes, variations and stuff. And it will capture that information and data. There was this one client, all right? Oops, 1 second. That I generated a bag for. I'll send it to you guys later because it won't take too much time also. But yeah, you can pretty much generate some cool stuff, with LoRa training.
Can we do in a next session? Can we train an object maybe?
Of course,
because creating a mock-up takes a lot of time. I mean, if we can do it online, and let's not go into detailing of those mock-ups, and it should look, because the main objective of mock-up is to give a feel that it's a real.
Yeah.
And the detail. Now you said bag also. So I have tried doing that. So a bag in a camera image, right? And actually the material changes. So a normal cotton bag, like it was made out of a cotton fabric. I trained it into AI. It gave it an entire leather finish. If I'm sending that leather finish wala image to the client, what client will think? Okay, the bag is of leather, or maybe this is the finish. And when the finish reaches.
Yeah, no, for sure, makes sense. So you guys can see my screen, right? These are some images. These are some AI generated images that I made for a client. All right. This is like, obviously, thoda mistakes hai, which is like, if you can see, it's hallucinated the text on this part, the sizing keeps on changing, like this is more squarish, and, it's a little bit, it's a bit weird here and there. But yeah, dude, like you can definitely, what do you say? Shit, I lost connection. Yeah. Hey guys, sorry, I think I lost some connection. Yeah, no, I was just saying that, yeah, dude, like you can definitely like give AI the context of, how big or how small you want it to be. Like for example, this was one of my clients' bags that I AI trained. These are some AI trained images, The only problem with this is that you can see the text right over here. It keeps on changing, so this was my initial days of, trying out AI. This is a couple of months ago. But hey, you can fine tune it and you can like, get it to a level wherein it's very accurate and it keeps on getting better. The more data you give it, what I've learned is basically with AI, the more data you give it, right, you'll get better outputs. And if you can annotate your data, annotation matlab label it, like front image of the box, side image, top image, the more more photos you take, right, and give it AI, the better. All right. So what we can do for a next session is, if you guys feel that you guys are interested in learning more about this, what we'll do is we'll try training our own product. We'll try training our own LoRa. All right. And we'll try using our own LoRa to create content or imagery out of it, And we could definitely, it's a little bit intermediate stuff, but don't think of it as intermediate or advanced. Think of it as basic, simple stuff. It's anyone can do it. You don't need to know rocket science to do this stuff. All right, it's not rocket science. All right, cool guys. I have to bounce because I have another meeting coming up. But it was great, sharing this information with you guys. I would like some quick feedback or quick takeaways, from everyone. And if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask it to me. All right, because I might not be available later. I might forget that we had the session. So Mohit, Nancy, Bhumi, Adnan, any questions, any queries?
It was really fun. I enjoyed.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad you liked Nancy. What about you, Mohit?
I have one question that you have told like cinematic or editorial. So how can we get knowledge of it?
Okay. You're talking about the different keywords that you can use, right?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. I'm glad you asked me that question. Finally, someone asked me. We call them style modifiers. All right. You guys can see my screen. I'm just sharing it for the last time. I'm going to send you this link, Mohit. I'll send it on the group so everyone gets it. Style modifiers are basically, you saw even when Adnan asked me like, hey, I want an image of a guy, but in a glass look. Okay. So here is an example of, let's say a pyramid, but just a pyramid. And here's a prompt of a pyramid made of glass, rendered in Unity and tinted red. It uses 3 style modifiers: glass, rendered in Unity, and tinted red. These are what we've been doing is we've been adding style modifiers to our images, So these are some different list of useful style modifiers: photorealistic, trending on ArtStation, hyperrealistic, photo, natural light, film grain. The more style modifiers, the more you can, get various outputs. I think there's a list, AI image style modifiers list. All right, let me see if there might be some. I'll find you guys. I'll send you a list of style modifiers. Don't worry. All right. But for now, this is to answer your question, Mohit. Here you go. That's for you. Any other questions? Any other queries?
We can try every keyword and we can experience.
Yeah, pretty much. See what keyword is working and getting you an output, and understand your style modifiers. So I
Sure. It was amazing session.
All right, thanks. Thank you so much. All right, cool. Any questions, Bhumi, Adnan, before we wrap this up?
No questions for now, but I'll try it and then I'll tell you. But the session was very great. Everything was very great. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. That was really nice.
Awesome. Glad you liked. All right, cool. Cool. Adnan, you have any other questions?
Nah, man, no. I'll keep it for later, maybe.
Okay. All right. Cool guys. It was great connecting with you guys on this Sunday to learn some AI image generation. I'll be sharing your assignments on the group very soon, and you have 48 hours to obviously complete it, just like every other assignment. So yep, as we know, after you complete an assignment, we put out a LinkedIn post so that we can social proof the work that we actually do, so that we are able to also show our professional network what we are currently learning in AI, which allows us to gain more opportunities and also be exposed to the world at large. All right. So, yep, I'll be sending that to you guys in a couple of minutes or an hour. And yep, let me know if you have any queries with that. Cheers and have a good day. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Actually, are you available to catch up for a while, maybe?
Yeah. Give me like 15 minutes. I'll give you a call. Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, no problem.
All right.
Give me a.
Okay. See you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.